Hello everybody, welcome to Marks Remarks. Today I'm going to be making a Cowboy hot pot. It's something that I was watching a Cowboy documentary and it got me thinking about what could I make, well what would they make out on the range. And also, you know, if you happen to be camping one day, this is something you could do over an open fire. So, being that it's a Cowboy themed dinner, I'm going to do something about my facial hair. And I've shaved my beard to look like what somebody described as a cowboy gunslinger in a previous video. So I thought I'd give this a go, and as it's a cowboy thing. Right, okay. Now, first thing we've got to start with is the roast potatoes. Now, while they probably wouldn't have roasted potatoes on the trail, that if anything they'd have boiled, I would imagine. But in this case, I'm going to be using roast. Okay, so there you go. Regular farmhouse roasted potatoes. They're already coated in some kind of, browning coating kind of thing. Okay, so they're going to go in for 220 Celsius for about 30 to 35 minutes. So the trick is to get these a head start, because these are going to take the longest to cook. So we'll give them a head start and then we'll go on to the other meats. Now the first of the meat ingredients is a Hereford, I can't see the rest of it because I put the price tag on it, beef burger. Now there's two beef burgers, £3.20. I got them on the date of expiry down to 99p. Now these are thick burgers. There you go. I've got one defrosted here. You can see how thick that is. It's got to be an inch. Christ almighty. And I've actually cooked one of these burgers before. They come in a twin pack. I bought 2 packs. The other one, I did a burger with this last week, and it's so thick you have to cook it and then cut it down the middle and open it like a book, and just to get to the inside. It was crazy. Just too thick to be able to cook. So I'm going to be putting this into the air fryer at about, let's see, I do it at about, what's that, 160, 170 for about 15 minutes. Okay, just pour that in there. There you go. Okay, so 170, because I want it to cook fairly slow, or fairly low heat. Okay, for about a quarter of an hour, and then what I'll do, I'll like with the other one, I'll cut it down the middle, open it up, cook it some more. I've unplugged this because my electric razor, I forgot. Right, turn that back on. Hold on, I forgot where I was. Yeah, I unplugged the mini fryer to plug in my electric razor to do this cowboy beard. Forgot to put it the other way around. Okay, so that's the burger. That's cooking. Now the potatoes and the burger are cooking. It doesn't matter too much about when, and you know, they won't sort of finish together because they're going to be thrown into the mix. So that'll be all fine. Now, meantime, I'm going to be doing the other stuff. I'll show you what's what here. Now, first of all, I'm going to be cooking up an onion. Now it's going to be sort of I've got to be careful here because it's I've got a feeling I'm going to cut my finger off. They're not easy to hold, these things, while you're trying to chop them. Maybe if somebody has a solution for this, you know. Anyway, yeah, I've hollowed out the onion. Jeez, I nearly lost it there. There you go. And what I'm going to do here is just basically cut it in half and then into sort of fairly sizable chunks. Nothing too fine, nice and chunky, because remember, we're out on the cowboy range. Alright, so basically it's chunky pieces of everything. There you go. So bite size. Okay, so that's going to get put. Oh Jesus, it's starting to hurt my eyes now. Next ingredient is mixed taco beans. It says here There you go. I've got these from Lidl's. They're 49p. And it's a mixed tin of beans. Let's see, 43% mixed beans. Don't know where the other 57% are. Oh, my eyes. Right, 30% red kidney beans, 25% pinto beans, then 20% cannelloni beans, 15 navy beans, never heard of navy beans before, 10% black-eyed beans, then 6% water, tomato paste, red pepper, some sugar and all kinds of stuff. Oh, my eyes are hurting. Alright, so I'm going to open this up. Pour that in. Oh, actually, I wasn't right. I wasn't sure about this, but it looks like it's got its own. Comes in its own sauce. Okay. I was actually thinking about washing these, but I didn't realise it's. Okay, so I'm going to put these with the baked beans. Actually, before I put them with the baked beans. I'm going to chop up this. Now, I got this. It's a smoked pork sausage. Got it for £1 in Poundland. It weighs 160 grams. There we go. So I'm going to put about half of that. I'm going to chop it up, and I'm going to put that in the mix later. Okay. All I'm doing here is I'm cutting the sausage into, pretty thin slices because I want lots of them. You could do chunky. Like the onions, do chunky pieces, but they'll be less spread through the dish. So I'm cutting them fairly thin. Okay, like that. Then of course this will be thrown in with a mix later. Next is a whole pack of bacon, average 6 rashers it says here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count 6 in there as well. Alright, you can get various deals at different places. So I'm going to put this on a plate. I'm going to cut it into large chunks. Alright, the large chunks for the bacon are only while it's cooking. When it gets cooked, I'll chop them into very small pieces. Now, the burger is about halfway through, and it's quite brown on the outside. But as you'll see, when I cut it down the middle, eventually, it is very raw. Hey, yeah, I mean it's very raw there. You don't want that in your, for Christ almighty. So, so now I'm going to put it back in and give it another chance to cook in the middle, and I'll throw the bacon in at the same time. Okay, so we've got the potatoes in the oven, we've got the burger cut in half in the air fryer, along with 6 slices of bacon. Shortly, we'll add in the salami type sausage. That'll brown that off. Meantime, now, remember the mixed beans? They come in their own sauce. I'm going to put those in the frying pan. I'm not going to cook them up just yet because I'm going to give it a few more minutes, because these are going to go on. These are going to simmer really, really slow. Now, you'll have seen these before. These are the Co-op. These are actually cheaper than they're about 5-6p cheaper than the Co-op's actual own brand. Although you get these from the Co-op. These are very good because they're very watery. They're good if you're adding dishes with rice, because these rice will suck up all the moisture in any food. And these are very good because they haven't had a lot of moisture. Yeah, they're approximately 26p a can, whereas the Co-op's own brand is 35. So, okay, so there you go. So we've got about, what, 4 or 5 different beans from that mixed can. We've got everything in there, but haricot beans. These are haricot beans, and in here you've got red kidney beans, pinto beans, cannelloni, navy beans, black beans. You've got everything in there. Okay, so eventually this will be the pot where everything gets cooked over the fire. All right, the next step is right. I've just had a look at the potatoes. They're about 10 minutes away. The burger is pretty much just about cooked. You could do a little bit more. Bacon is just about done. Could do it a few more minutes. And now I'm going to put in the that sausage from Poundland. Put this in. This is, you know, about another 5, 6, 7 minutes. Now what I'm doing here is I've just turned the heat on. That's a funny thing. You see that as purple for some reason. It's actually red. Anyway. Okay, I've got that mixed tin of mixed tin of like 4 or 5 beans, and then the regular baked beans, which are haricot, in the pan. They're going to heat up gently. Now, eventually, if I can find a, there you go, there's a brown sauce. It's right near the end. I'll put in a sachet of brown sauce just to give it some barbecue-ness in there. All right, so that's going to heat up gently, while it's nice and slow, and when everything else is finished, throw it all in. Actually, you know what? Because you may have realised in my videos I kind of make things up as I go along. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up to 10 for a few moments until it starts bubbling. Because I mean it's stone cold at the moment. I want it to heat up. I want it to start bubbling. Then it'll be, you know, then it's a case of just keeping it on the simmer. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. Now the beans are starting to bubble. I'm going to throw in the onions. Now remember they're raw already, so they're going to be cooking away. They'll soften up in there, and they'll absorb all the flavours and whatnot. There you go. Now I've got it on 6 out of 12 now because I've just oh boy, the beans will have cooked. And now they're just on the simmer. There we are. So, nice and chunky. There we are. Right, so now I'm going to look at the meat. There we are. The meat looks really good. Nice and brown. So now, all it takes there is you've got to just tip it out onto a plate and then basically just cut it into small pieces. Nothing fancy, just cut it into small bite-sized pieces, ones that you can fit on a fork. Now, remember this is one burger in here, but this is like a really thick burger. So if you were to, just basically put in what you want in here. 1, 2, 3, have how many burgers you want. I'm using 6 bacon, but of course that's up to you. Now these slices of sausage, they're all sort of about the right size. Okay. Right. Now it's, I'm getting bloody organised. Right. As you can see, this is gently simmering away. I might actually add some water to this. I may do, just to, because, when you boil something like this for ages, the water will dissipate. There. And just gently fold this in from the outside inwards. Now, again, you could do this over a fire if you happen to be camping. And, if you take the caravan out for the weekend or something, do this over an open fire. And most of it can be done in the same pan. You could always cook, if you wanted over a fire, cook the burgers, cook the bacon and the sausage in the frying pan, take it off, cut it up, then sort of simmer the beans and the onion in the frying pan, and then just throw it all in. So basically you've got one pan. Okay, I think I'm going to put a little bit of water in there. Okay, not a lot, just a little bit to give it some, more, soften it up a little bit. Because remember, just adding water won't detract from the flavour, because remember, I mean, all your food has water in it anyway. The beans has water in it, the onions, the meat has water in it. So you're just adding all this, you see, all this steam coming up, you're just adding to that. There you go. Right. And then just allow that to simmer for a short while. If you've got a lid, great, put that on it. If not, just let it cook for a while. Now, this is turning into an extremely long video, which I normally try and keep into 10 minutes, but this one, there's so much in it, can't really help it. But here we go. It's a nice close-up. Now, I've got it on, like I say, 6 out of 12, so it's on the exact medium heat. And this is good enough to eat. If you're out and about in a caravan or whatever else, you can just eat out of the pan here. Or if you're in polite company, then you know, put it in a bowl. I don't think I'll bother putting the sauce in there. Sorry. And you can add what I'm doing, potatoes. You can pour this over a bag of chips, or you know, what do they call them? Hash browns. Anything you like. Last thing, roast potatoes out of the oven, and then in a bowl just add in the Cowboy dinner. There you go. I've got a little bit left. I could have some of that for breakfast, and or even later on, you know. And I've got some tortilla wraps. Now, you've seen me use a whole bunch of these before in the past, putting everything in there from Sunday roast to, you know, all kinds of dinners. Oh. Now, very sorry, this is a very long video, so I'll cut it short in a moment. Plus the battery's about to go. There you are. Cowboy, I don't know what you'd call this. Cowboy hot pot. Cowboy mystery dinner. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this. And like, you know, if you want to take part in the P.O. box, you've got about a month to go. Right, put a stamp on it, put a bit of scrap cardboard. To give me, you know, I'll do requests, shout outs, birthdays. If you know anybody with a YouTube channel, have them write, I'll give them a shout out. I'll tell people what you do, what your name is. Hopefully they'll go onto your channel. Just take a scrap bit of cardboard, a bit of packaging from your food, stamp, there you go. And there you have it. And I hope you stuck around to the end, and thank you very much for watching.